Welcome to Disney's California Adventure. This sister park to Disneyland is a fun-filled celebration of California and the California dream. And if there's one person who can tell us the Imagineering story behind this place, it's Chao.
I'm Chao, Executive Vice President for Master Planning, Architecture, and Design. Disney's California Adventure is placed on the formerly parking lot for Disneyland. We are landlocked ever since Walt Disney opened Disneyland in 1955. A lot of people, have been buying land, building motels, restaurants, hotels, and so on. So they pretty much contain us. So the only area we can do it is the parking lot. And in terms of concept, so we said, what is the second theme park concept? So the Imagineers got together, had many work sessions, under Marty's leadership. And then finally, we said, why don't we celebrate the history, the culture, the heritage of California? And we, Disney, we can imagine, we can dream of, the attractions and the stories to celebrate our Golden State. So that's how it came about.
Here at Walt Disney Pictures Backlot, the Imagineers have created a world that celebrates California's most visible exports, motion pictures and television. It's a make-believe studio backlot where the magic of movies comes to life. Let's take a look behind the scenes.
So after we said to ourselves, we want to celebrate the history and the heritage and culture of California, they said, what are the important elements that people can relate to, can associate? And Hollywood, of course, will be the first thing. We're a movie-making company, and the Disney has a huge presence in Hollywood. So, and people, whether it be local, the population or the tourists, when they come to Los Angeles, the sort of the fascination of the movie lots or meeting the movie stars or becoming one, it's always been pretty, everybody's dream.
Hi, I'm Kevin Rafferty. I was fortunate enough to be involved with the design and development of Monsters, Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue. And when we first started thinking about the design of the story of that attraction, we thought, well, should we take a moment from the movie? Should we invent our own story using those characters? And so we decided, well, what's a really fun moment from the film we can immerse our guests into? And that is the moment where a little human girl is discovered on the loose in Monstropolis. And of course, in the film, everybody knows that human children are toxic. And so as visitors to Monstropolis, we're there on the wrong day. In a Disney theme park, storytelling is everything, and everything tells a story. And so we made sure that every square inch of that attraction told the story of that parallel universe, that alternate universe of Monstropolis, where the monsters live, work, and play.
Hi, I'm Kathy Rogers, and I am the creative show producer for Walt Disney Imagineering. One of the most memorable experiences that I have working with Jim Henson and his whole team, he never said no, would never say no to an idea. Say, that's interesting, but let's go in this direction. We were able to tell a story and really bring it out in so many different ways. The design of the theater seats optimized the 3D, the locations of Statler and Waldorf, and the opera boxes to the film. All of those things were all built together. So that's one of those projects that I can still watch it today and enjoy it as a complete storytelling experience.
Hi there, I'm Michael Sprout. I am a senior concept writer for Walt Disney Imagineering. The tallest attraction I ever worked on was the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. You couldn't begin to name all the people who worked on it, but I got to be in the beginning of it, which was really fun. The thrill for me in that was actually writing dialogue for Rod Serling. Rod Serling had passed away several years earlier, but that didn't stop me. I still wanted to have Rod Serling in this show. I watched every show there was, over and over again. He had written like 70 or 80 of the Twilight Zone scripts. We were determined to have him appear in our show, physically. We found 4 or 5 scenes that were likely, and we had our video experts look at them, and we chose one that they thought they could cut him out, put him in a new scene in front of our elevator, and then dub in the voice. And then Rod narrates the ride as well. And working all that out was really fun, and of course, also very demanding. You have to ride the attraction over and over and over all night long.
At Paradise Pier, Imagineers salute California's famous beach culture by capturing the excitement, romance, and nostalgia of oceanfront amusement zones from yesteryear. Let's go for a whirl.
Paradise Pier, you have many of the old amusement parks. Some are still here, some are gone, that were built along the ocean side, whether it be Northern California or Southern California. So we said, wow, the Ferris wheel, the roller coaster has been part of the landscape of California, a coastal area for many, many years.
Here we are in the heart of the Golden State, which honors the people, places, ideas, and innovations that have defined today's California. Let's take a look at the different districts that make up this Imagineer Golden State.
On Disney's California Adventure, I had an opportunity to work on the Bountiful Valley Farm, Golden Vine Winery, and also Pacific Wharf. One of our goals there was really sort of to create some of those essential sort of California experiences.
Well, when Disney's California Adventure opened, we were told by our guests immediately there wasn't enough for young children to do. Coincidentally, we had walked the park pre-opening, or it may have been in previews, with John Lasseter and his team from Pixar. And we were standing in a Bugs Land theater. We were standing in queue for a Bugs Land, and he started talking about his movie, A Bug's Life, and how he had always wanted to make that environment three-dimensional. He just thought it would be magical to walk underneath gigantic clovers. And so we take John's idea and start to sketch it up. So we ended up with giant oversized clovers, just as he had envisioned. Heimlich's Choo Choo Train being my all-time favorite. Love little Heimlich. Flicks, Flyers, the bumper buggies are based on Tuck and Roll, who are the two little sow pill bugs that speak gibberish, and so your little car speaks gibberish to you. We had so much fun with that project. So it was I think it was the first expansion for Disney's California.
The icon, the Grizzly Peak, the bear, the bear is our symbol for our flag, for the state. And so again, we want to celebrate our, state, symbol, and so that's why it become the major icon in the park.
Thanks for joining us on this Imagineering road trip through Disney's California Adventure. But if you think this is the end, just remember that Walt always looked at Disneyland as a living, growing thing that could be changed, plussed, and made better. At Walt Disney Imagineering, we believe in following in Walt's footsteps. Just wait till you see the surprises we have in store for you next time. I'm Dave Fisher, and I'll see you real soon.